Networks are like these big things. They're owned by corporations, which are also like huge and kind of unknowable. But basically, kind of what happened was, KO was sort of supposed to be like one of the first shows that wasn't relying on TV ratings as much as it was going to rely on views on like apps and stuff like that. And there was going to be this huge, like kind of over the top app for Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers and all of those properties, because AT&T, who had just been trying to buy Warner Brothers, was going to basically use all their skills as a telecom to create like a all-in-one streaming service that was like all Cartoon Network, Warner Brothers, HBO, yada yada yada. That, as we know now, eventually came out. It was called HBO Max. Basically, that was supposed to happen years earlier, and KO was supposed to benefit from all of that as it went. But something happened in 2016. Donald Trump got elected as the merger of AT&T and Warner Brothers was about to go through. Donald Trump specifically hated Warner Brothers because they own CNN. So he wouldn't let that merger go through. And so all the Warner-owned studios basically got stuck in a holding pattern while they were waiting for this merger to go through. So there wasn't allowed to be any new spending or any new seasons or anything like that without having trade-offs for other things. That deal didn't go through until like after they realized like, well, we're not going to be able to have this strategy work the way that they wanted. And so OKKO, unfortunately, was just like a little before its time. Like maybe if it had come out like a couple years later, it would have been a thing that was like streaming only or something like that, and could have found its audience a little better. But it was just like a little too early. Plans didn't come together because of our former president, and like, I don't know, just kind of the whole thing got messed up. And that's what I mean when I say it's very complicated. Like it doesn't really come down to like one thing you did or one mess up. There's always consequences, no matter how small they are. And in this case, the consequence was like my show.
The whole chat is saying, so Donald Trump canceled OKKO. I mean, great.
He didn't do it personally, yeah. But it's like decisions he made by holding up that merger basically reverberated through the whole company. I wasn't the only casualty of that.
Yeah, she's asking, how much time were you given before you were told you were canceled? So like, how much time did you know?
Yeah, they told us we had just been greenlit for our third season, which was going to be, it was going to be 40 episodes. And this was, I want to say like spring 2018, I think this was. Yeah, it must have been spring 2018. We had just been greenlit for the third run. We had already been working on the first two. And then they told us, hey, you have to cut this season of 40 into a season of 20. And that's going to be your final season. So, and we had already written like a handful of episodes for the season, but basically we had to take all of our plans and shrink them down to half the size.
Okay. Out of all the things